How you doing today? Brian back here with a look at Caspa. All right, we are approaching, getting close to our target range here. We hit a high. Let's see what our high was here. 14.7. All right, we have a target up here of 16.7. We'll see if we get there. All right, we got some things still pointing up here. All right, this looks to me like a possible big wave 3 right here. Maybe a 4th wave pullback here and a 5th wave up. But we'll take a look at this chart here in a second, guys. I do want to come over here and show you Bitcoin because we're approaching a very serious area here. All right, now I think some people got confused on this thing. I want to address this very fastly because I had a comment that I put different price targets up all the time. I've been covering Caspa for over 6 months now. I think you guys watch the channel, you know that would be ridiculous. I absolutely do not put up different price targets every video. The comment was that I do not put up the same price targets for 2 videos in a row. That's ludicrous, very much so. So from now on, just to we're gonna leave everything the way it was on the charts for the video the day I did before when we open a video next day or every 2 days or how often we ever do these videos. And we're going to keep everything clear. But I think what they were referring to was Bitcoin, quite honestly. All right, if we come in here, I was thinking around this 45,000, we were going to have some kind of rejection on here on Bitcoin. This is on the daily chart, all right? We had to swing up to the 618 right up here at 49,000. It ended up getting rejected down there. Actually, that should be down just a hair. Yeah, right up around 49. And then we ended up getting rejected here back in January 11th. Okay, that's 618 that I was talking about for months on this channel. All right, and we came up, we got that rejection. We came up here. I really thought the 45,000 area we were going to get rejected. It blew up through here. All right, now that was on this chart. Out on a weekly, all right, the bigger overall view here is the one that, quite honestly, I've been really concerned about. All right, now this is I'm going to get this right as good as I can. All right, we'll leave it there. All right, right around 53,000 is the 702 level. All right, we've made it through that 618. You can see back here that on January 11th, that was the 618 that got rejected that we talked about for months and months and months. All right, now come out on the weekly view or monthly here, wherever you want to put it. 53,000 is the 702 level. All right, that's a very, very big level. We're going to have to smash through for Bitcoin to go higher. Okay, that's just a fact. This thing, if we look at the RSIs, the weekly, it has just turned back up. That's the one there that makes me really wonder, is it going to make it through the 702? We got some bearish divergence down here. If you come down here and look right here, we have this high, we have a lower high, and out on price action, same exact areas. This is that high. It's not the wick. This is that high right here, and we had a higher high in price. All right, we had this high right down here. If you follow the white dotted line up, and now we have a lower high. All right, so we got bearish divergence on a weekly chart. If we go in on a daily, you can see here the daily is at a 100 and a 100, getting pretty high. Okay, your monthly is at a 100 and a 100, also very high. The 12-hour right at the top, flip bearish, 91 and a 93. The 8-hour 96.2 and a 96.0, still technically bullish. Your 4-hour has just turned up. All right, this 4-hour could give it that one last shot up here to 53. Right now, as we're doing this video, we just cracked $50,000. 50,333 is the high for the day. We get up to the, I just truly believe we hit that 53,000. There's going to be some kind of reaction there. You can see on the 618 here, As soon as we hit it, we had a reaction. All right. I believe as soon as we hit the 702, and you're going to know it real fast. All right, we hit that 702, and this thing just starts collapsing and taking out liquidations. That's going to be your first hint that that this pullback is probably going to come. And the pullback is probably going to be in the mid 30s. I would imagine. If we go out on a weekly chart here, you get that pull down. It could come down pretty serious. If now that we've gotten higher, up on this 618, if we head up to 702, it won't be as drastic. But say we hit that 702 and get rejected, all right, you'd be looking quite possibly 35.8, 8,000. Or $35,858. That would be your 618. The 702 would come in at roughly 33.5. All right, so that would be the pullback areas I would be looking for if it gets rejected at 702. Okay, so be keeping a close eye on Bitcoin. Watch that 53,000 range. There's going to be some kind of reaction there for sure. Whether it's a slight pullback and we blast through it, or if it's a big hammer pullback and you see it start taking out liquidations. If it's going to get rejected, it's going to crush this open interest. 46.8 billion out there now. All right, when we looked at this the other day, I think it was around 38. Getting up there. It's plus almost 6% for the day. 24-hour liquidations, that's nothing yet. 197.1 million. That's up 63.78%. We get rejected at that 702, and you're going to see major liquidations. They're going to cascade down. It's going to start triggering stop losses, and it's just going to be a mass liquidation site. 24-hour volume, 135.9 billion. That's up 67.41% from yesterday. Your 24-hour long and shorts, 51.44% long, 48.56% short. Excuse me. I would expect that to probably stay there till we get around that 702, and then you're probably going to see the shorts pick up. I'm sure there's a lot of sell orders up around that 53,000 range. I would imagine. I'm not the only one that sees this. Professional traders out there, everybody knows it's coming. All right, it's not a secret. Like anybody that knows how to put a Fibonacci on a chart knows that the 702 is a very dangerous area. And if you don't have the 702 on your charts, guys, just go over here. You click on your fib, just like this. Go into settings, and just come down here. All right, it won't say 0.702. All right, there'll be just a spot here. You're gonna have to check it. Put in 0.702. All right, and then hit OK, and it'll put it right up on your chart for you. All right, so you'll have that on there. 702 comes in play a lot of times. All right, now there's a lot of people out there that believe just because it made it through the 618 that it's going to the moon. I see that on YouTube. I watch it too. I watch YouTube. Not so much crypto a lot. I don't like to taint my own theory, but I do watch some crypto channels. There's some of them I really like watching, but that 618. As soon as it broke that, there's a lot of people out there who think it's just gonna take off, and it could. You never know what's gonna happen. Nobody knows 100% for sure. If we look at this thing, and you know how I feel about Elliott wave theory. If there's a wave 1 and 2 down here, let's take a look at something real quick. All right, just curious here. This retraced about 99%. So if this was a wave 1 and a wave 2, if it is, go to the high, to the retracement. What kind of target's that giving that thing? If it is, probably way up through 702. Well, 54.6. Pretty close to that 702. I had no idea, quite honestly. I really didn't. 54.6. You know, that would still, you know, then it would correct from there. We'll see. I'll leave that on here. We'll see what happens. I have a feeling it's going to happen soon, one way or the other, you know. We'll see what happens with this thing. All right, let's take a look at the crypto bubbles and then take a look at Caspa here. All right, nice gains out there. You know what, guys, even if we do have this massive pullback, if it does happen, you know, and I'm saying if, because, you know, like I've said, nobody knows for sure. Bitcoin's got to do what it wants to do. But one thing I have noticed that I do got to show you, back on Bitcoin, look at the volume on the bottom. Do you see any massive volume coming in here? I don't at all. I see a flat line chart that if you put a line across this, you know, I see a flat line down there. I don't see any massive volume coming in to back up this breakout or nothing, you know. So maybe a lot of people, you know, see what I feel the way I feel, possibly. All right, that they're waiting for the pullback. I don't know. We'll see. But if we do get the pullback, big time sales going on. You know, buy the fear. You know, if this thing pulls back down to the 30s, where I think it's going to go. Let me put a little check up here. All right. Now, say this thing does come up to the 702 and then roll over. All right, let's cover this first because I think this is very important. All right, so, and I think this is our starting point. You know, up to the 702, and then it rolls over. All right, this would bring our target higher, 35.6 for a 618 pullback, or 33.2 for a 702. All right, so that would get us a higher target for a pullback here, around 35.6 for that 618. But big time sales down here. Oh my God, I will pile every bit of money I can scrape up into the crypto market if we get this pullback. You know, I think that would be great for, you know, it would be painful happening and going through it at the time. But if you get buys down here, guys, and you can swipe up crypto down here, this could possibly, you know, if you missed it down here at the bottom, which a lot of people did, I did too. You know, I got in a lot up here, and dollar cost averaged in through this move up. But this one down here, if you get this buy down here, the altcoins number one will get smashed. All right, if Bitcoin pulls down, if it hits the 702 and pulls down 30%, expect the altcoins to get 50, 60, 70% pullbacks. Absolutely. If Bitcoin pulls down 30%, yeah, it'll smash the altcoins, and you will get sales that at the end of the bull run you'll look back and say, oh my God, thank God we had that dip. But if we don't get it, we don't get it. We'll see what happens here. All right, I put this line up here for that trend-based target. We'll see what happens with it. All right, we took a look at them crypto bubbles. I talked about that. You know, this will be normal in a bull run. That's what I love about the bull run. When we get an alt season and you see these things up 30% for the day, 40%, everything's up 20+% for the day. Altcoin seasons are the best. I cannot get the excitement out of my head from last bull run. Absolutely incredible. All right, now let's get over here. First off, let's look at the Block Explorer and take a look at the addresses. Nothing changing up here. The top addresses, though, let's see what's going on with that. See if we've stacked on any more whales or sharks or dolphins the last, it's been a couple days since I put a video out here. Kind of curious. I have not looked at it. Last 24 hours, 9 sharks, -1 whale, taking some profits, plus 17 dolphins, and yeah. So anyway, the heavy end, like we call it, is still stacking up. Really, yeah, the whales take some profits there. Absolutely normal. Who wouldn't? You know, if you hold that much, 10 million to 100 million, who wouldn't take profits? You know, like I said the other day, the saying that I've heard numerous times: nobody ever went broke taking profits. All right, so don't feel like if you take some money off the table, you're doing a bad thing. You know, maybe you'll get lucky and we'll get that dip and you can buy back there. You know, what I really pictured happening with this 5 waves up, guys, especially since we took out that, whoops, let me start this over. My wave 1 and 2 was actually over here, the way I had this measured out. Okay, your wave, this 1, 2, this is the way I had this pictured out here. Wave 4 back to retest this past resistance now as support. That's kind of what I seen happening here, and then a 5th wave up. Will it work like that? I have no idea. You know, we'll see. Let's take a look at some RSIs, see if we have some more room up to go here, or if we have any bearish divergence going on here. On the 4 hour, yeah, you got some bearish divergence on the 4. Pull the 4 up here. You can see lower highs on the RSI, pretty obvious. Okay, pull this down here, and you had higher highs in price action here. All right, the 8 hour, that high, higher high, and a lower high. It was a lower high actually, so really no bearish divergence there. 12 hour, you have this high. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, a little bit of bearish divergence there. A little bit of a lower high. Now, if this comes in and takes this out, then we're all right. But I think it's probably going to come up and print another lower high, especially since we're getting close to a target here. I mean, we're at 14. We've hit 14.7. We only 2 more cents up is our target. All right. The daily is at a 100 and a 100, and you got your weekly. The weekly is just starting up at 25 and a 13. All right, but that daily is right at the very top here. Okay, so let's take a look at one more possibility in here. All right, we had this big wave 1, wave 2. If this was the wave 1, wave 2, that would have fell short, right? Just curious. Oh yeah. That's definitely not right. Okay. All right, so this is definitely a wave 1 and wave 2 in there. That is definitely our target. All right, from the low to the high to the retracement. All right, that is definitely 16.7. That's what we're getting. You know, this still looks like a wave 3. This 4th wave could pull the back down here, and then our 5th and final wave up. Or we could have a short correct. Usually if wave 2 is complex, then wave 4 is not going to be. If wave 2 is not complex, then wave 4 is going to be. So, you know, it could have just a slight pullback here in that 5th wave up, especially since Bitcoin's getting close to that big number there. Of course, if it blows through, it blows through. I mean, that's just the way it goes. Sometimes you get lucky, you get pullbacks, and you get that chance to swoop some more up. Sometimes you don't, but this thing is really, you know, and if it makes it up to the 16.7 and Caspa has that, if it gets to pull back like the rest of the market, you know, we'll see what happens with it. Obviously, you know, my target up down around that 8 cents area if Bitcoin gets crushed. It's all going to tell. Like I said, you see Bitcoin hit 53 and get a big time rejection, then I will start doing plan. You know, I don't know if it's plan A or plan B, quite honestly. I'm just waiting this out as much as anybody else is, trying to figure out. You know, we got the weekly bearish divergence here. That's your first sign that, you know, showing weakness here. But, you know, these bearish divergences don't always play out. Sometimes these things will end up coming back up through and setting a higher high. You know, but right now we have bearish divergence. Okay, but you can see that weekly. Let me get this off here. You can see that weekly is still, it's pointing straight up there. All right, now the monthly, you know, it's pointing straight up there, but that monthly on the RSI is at a 100 and a 100. Your daily is at a 100 and a 100. And then, you know, your 12 hour, especially on the 4, you know, you got big time bearish divergence on the 4 hour. So we'll keep a close eye on it, guys. 53,000 bucks. Watch that for Bitcoin. A little bit over 53,000, 53.1, 53.2, somewhere around there. If it gets this, if this trend-based extension is right, it could even be up to 54.7. Boy, wasn't that wrong foot, everybody. If it gets through the 702 and it actually gets up to 54.7, and then the big crash comes in, wouldn't that be something? Oh boy, made it through the 702. Here we go. It always wrong foot you every single time. This thing will wrong foot you. It'll get you thinking one thing, and it does another. If it didn't, it wouldn't have such a huge. Wouldn't take so much money from the market. Like I always say, the bull run is easy to make money, guys. It's hard to keep it. So, if you haven't yet, please check out the level 3 trading membership. 9 hours of videos, $15. We have 74 members in there now. So thank you so much. I got to get that Discord fixed. I don't know what's going on with that link. Every time I go over there and post a new link in the members thing, and to get a hold of people just to send you a private message if you're a member, I can't do that. YouTube does not give me access to sending you a private message, which it should. If you're a member, I should be able to message you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would just send it over in a message, but I do not have that option. So my wife is having a pretty serious surgery done here, so I've had doctor's appointments non-stop. So that's my number one concern right now, obviously, is my wife and her health, and we're going through a little bit of things right now. So please just understand, I don't get on Discord every single day. Got a lot to juggle right now, and she's number one. Obviously, all this stuff is number two. I mean, that's how the pecking order goes, but as it should. But all right, guys, thank you so much. Please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll be back to you soon. Go Caspa. Let's get this last push up here, and let's see what happens.